Hey everybody, it's your girl Shedua,
And I'm Latisha.
and this is Twins or Not,
And we are
the Not Sisters. Twins or Not, not.
You are the only one. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
You know they gotta do a little shake. What?
Okay.
Oh, you gotta throw something up. Hey. So welcome back to our channel. Today's topic, what we're gonna be doing is getting to know us. Just some bullet points. We're gonna be talking about our relationship with God, why we don't celebrate Halloween, and also how we and her met. So stay tuned.
Okay. So, I think the most appropriate thing for us to start talking about, being that we're in the month of October, is Hallows Eve. We just wanted to talk about our point of view of why we personally don't celebrate it. It's not something that we came together with as a clique and was like, yo,
Oh, I got some information on Halloween.
forget Halloween, we just not gonna celebrate it. It's just something that goes along with our lifestyle and our spirituality and just what we believe as as sisters, I guess you
Right.
could say. Because just a little background on the Not Sisters, I guess we can tell them that, the Not Sisters means, we're knotted together through Christ. So although we may not be sisters and we're not twins, we are the Not Sisters because Christ tied us together. And I guess we could actually start there.
You want to start
How we met.
Okay. So I'm not gonna go into details,
Yeah.
but pretty much
Long story.
long story short, I got in contact with my sister here.
Mm-hmm.
And once I got in contact with her, we found out that we really clicked like this. Like we had a lot in common. The main thing we had in common was Christ. We were daughters of God. We
Yeah.
are daughters of God. But we clicked that way, and from there is history.
Yeah, I mean,
You want to piggyback? Go ahead.
yeah, just to piggyback off of what she said, basically sis hit me up on social media because, like she said, we had something in common. I was saved and she was a baby in Christ. And no matter what we went through the years and things like that, God always kind of like molded that relationship back together and allowed it to grow. So it's just like we always noticed we had so much in common. Like for us not to be twins, we was just talking about this today to her mother. Like we have so much in common. Like we both played the keyboard, we both sing, we write music.
We both
Goofy, long hairs. I mean,
pickle.
That's a drool. We both drool when we laugh.
Listen, we both awkward and weird. Like
Yeah, we like people, but we are socially awkward. Like, a lot of people migrate towards us, my God, but we really don't be around people.
mm-hmm.
What else about us that's so similar? We're affectionate the same way. Like,
We don't like all that lovey-dovey.
like if I tell
Like,
her
let me
give me
tell
a
you,
hug,
honestly, okay, to the world we're best friends, but it took me a lot to just say
say that,
right
yeah,
now.
like
'Cause I don't like that type of stuff. Like we be like, are we best? No, we sisters.
that's it. Like we're not
Sisters.
overly emotional. So like even just going into like the background of it, like we said, we're women of God. So for us to be women of God, we understand that it takes a lot of love and sacrifice and just putting God first in our relationship. So we kind of allowed our lifestyles to be molded through Christ. And honestly, we've really been through a lot with each other. Like we met each other when we were like 20, 21.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I was 21. Yeah, we both were 21 because
Yeah.
she's like 4 months older than me. Old lady.
And-
But we met when we were 21, and it's like we over that time period. Right now we're 25. We just had so much that we've been through as far as growing in Christ. At the time, I was in an abusive relationship with a guy, and then she probably had her things going on. But it's like just to experience and witness the growth that Christ has brought us to as mature young women, how we can be able to be examples to the community and be pillars And just as far as like the Christian lifestyle, when people say that you can't change, like we're the example that is possible. Like when people say like, oh, you don't understand, I used to smoke, I used to drink, I used to have sex.
Listen, we did that.
We was
we were saved, backslidden.
I don't agree because I would say, but
you would say,
yeah,
but
I
you
would
were
say too. But like she said,
we were in rebellion.
Yeah,
We were in rebellion. We were backsliding, lukewarm. That's another word. Having one foot in, one foot out.
I would honestly say we didn't have that bond with Christ the way that we thought that we did.
Yeah,
like we had to be brought to a low place, and
I feel like the best way to describe it is we had a form and a fashion of godliness, but
denying the power thereof.
We were religious,
but we didn't have a
real relationship with God.
But we thank God because we actually go to the same church, which is also weird. We're planted at the same place, and it's not weird. It's actually beautiful. You know,
Look, she's talking about weird,
peculiar. But the good thing about it is the teaching that we're under is really like allowing us to grow, and it's allowing us to be able to witness Christ in different ways. Now, being that, we'll have another video, of course, when we go in a little bit more and maybe have like a Bible talk or something like that. But today we're gonna keep it a little light. If you want a video about Christ, you can be able to leave comments on things that you would like to know, how to probably have godly friendships, probably how to.
And I want to interject, but let me tell you about my sister. I'm not gonna. This ain't no promotion video, but let me tell you about.
Who?
Listen, my sister got a whole YouTube page.
Who?
A whole YouTube page. It's called Amber Agape.
Come on.
Agape is spelled AGAPE.
Yeah.
What that stands for?
That stands for, basically, it's a sacrificial love. It's the Greek word for God's love for us. So it's just to allow us to understand that what man finds worthless, God finds worthy. And actually, as she said, my YouTube channel is really popping right now. And the good thing about that channel is if you really have a relationship with Christ and you just want to learn, it's a helpmate that's created to allow you to grow within your walk with God. And it's like, bro, like God be having me break these things down. I'd be like, man, I remember when there was a point I couldn't even think this deep. My brain cells should have been fried how much I used to smoke. And it's like, now I'm to a point where God is just elevating me. So just go check out the channel. We talk about how to dress, properly in modesty, and, how to break generational curses. Like, that's the power right there. This is just our relationship. But
this is to see our personality. Because the thing about it, is there's a stigma like, oh, Christians don't know how to have fun. They don't have a personality. They're bland. No,
they old ladies.
Yeah, they don't go out. They don't have fun. Listen, we have the most fun. Like, we be going everywhere.
And the thing is, because we stay in Miami, but because we stay in Miami, it's like we have so many opportunities to do so many things, and within Christ. And even with me, I believe that, man, when I gave my life to Christ, it was one point where I just felt like I couldn't have fun. But it's like your life doesn't end when you find Christ. It actually begins.
And I just want to interject, sorry sis, but like another thing is, the place doesn't necessarily make it fun. It's the people that's around. And honestly, I didn't understand that when I was in the world, because I'm like, okay, before I go to this place, I'm gonna have to drink in order to have fun, in order to open up. No, you don't have to do that. Listen, it's like when I came to Christ, and as Christ began to mold me and shape me, he brought those friends around. Like, I didn't have to go search for it, because listen.
We definitely look for each other. Like,
I wasn't like, oh, let me go find some.
No.
Listen, God will find your match, for real, for real.
It was times where we probably, I don't know if I can't remember if I ever said I didn't want to be your friend. But I mean, like she said, we don't call each other best friends because we didn't choose for each other to be best friends or whatever. And that's kind of like a good turning point for us to even bring into Halloween. Now, I could tell my personal testimony on why I don't celebrate Halloween. For me, I just believe that that's just not in alignment with what God called us to do. I mean, just to bring it on a spiritual standpoint, like I love God and I want to do everything in my life to bring glory to Him. And although it's just costumes, you guys are probably saying like, Shedua, all we doing is you could dress up like an angel if you want to be down. But it's like we give so much energy, we put that so much energy into serving something, like dressing up as something else, when we don't even put on the thing that God has told us to put on every day, which is like the full armor of God, or even just to dress up and be a witness of Christ or be His son and daughter. Then it's like, why spend all your money doing all of that just to dress up when you dress up every day? You hiding behind your lust in the way that you carrying yourself. You hiding behind your hurt, your pain, your anger in the way that you carry yourself. I see more costumes at work throughout the year than I see on October 30th or 31st. So for me, I just personally don't want to celebrate Halloween because I don't believe in it. Like, it's not a holiday that's fun for me. I grew up with a biblical background. Like, you know, my whole family, I was born and raised in the church, and I know people be like, how was you born in church? Your mama had you in the bathroom or something at the church? Somebody definitely said that to me, but you know, I was brought up in the church, and I just have those certain type of standards, and I don't really talk down on people that celebrate it, but I also know how to witness to them and let them know, like, kid, why are you putting all your energy in that when you could be doing something else? Now, am I saying that I'm gonna be locked in the house on Halloween? No, but that doesn't mean that I'm also gonna be dibbing and dabbling in doing things that please my flesh.
Like, the thing when it comes to Halloween, okay, just the idea of what it stands for. Although, you know, there is nothing new under the sun when it comes to, it's considered the devil's holiday. But like, even in that sense, it's like you have to realize, like, what are you really partaking of? Like, when you put on these costumes, when you have that in your mind, like a mentality, like, okay, I'm gonna celebrate Halloween. Like, do you understand what you're fully partaking of? Like, what you're actually like engaging in on this particular day? Like, there was something that I was watching, and and I don't want to go off topic, but I just want to share this portion, and it just brought some light to me. It was an ex-Satanist, pretty much. He's a Christian now, but when he was a Satanist, they were excited. They were happy that not just regular people were celebrating Halloween, but Christians. They were happy that Christians were celebrating Halloween, and it was because it was like they were giving the enemy room to wreak havoc in their life. They were opening up doors that should not have been opened. So that brought light to I'm like, dang, like, I didn't look at it that way. I'm just like, I just look at it like, okay, I already know what Halloween is. I don't celebrate Halloween because, like, just the idea, like, that's the devil's holiday. But when I watched the video, it brought more insight on it, because now you're looking at it from not just a Christian standpoint, but this is somebody who actually they dabble in they celebrated it,
influence,
right? And this is something like they have ill intentions towards. Like, this is one of their quote unquote powerful days of the year, one of them. And this is where they do their little rituals or whatever they do. Like, why continue, or why support them in their wrongdoing?
And I for me, I just think it's more important because if God led you to watch this video, right? Because our videos are like fun and exciting, and we do challenges and stuff like that. But if God led you to this video, because you may have questions about, man, you may be on the fence, should I celebrate it, should I not? Just understand this. God is a God of order, and He's very kingdom intentional. So the things that God does is always to produce and edify the kingdom. So it's like, God would not encourage you to dress up as a demonic creature, or He wouldn't encourage you to even dress up as an angel. Because let me tell you something. In the Bible, it tells us that we, as His children, are higher than the angels. We command the angels. So it's like the angels are looking at us jealous, because they're like, these things, these people, they don't even understand how much the Father loves them. Like, we were created to serve him. We'll never understand that love, because angels were not created to be loved. They were created to serve God and to do what he told them to do. But God created us to have relationship, right? So it's like, even dressing up as one of those things can steer you off the path, because God, he doesn't dress you up for play. When God dress you, he dress you for real, for real. So like, I know this video is like probably kind of heavy, but it's just, like I said, it's to get to know us, because in order to understand the twins or not, and understand the not sisters, you have to understand that first it's God who called us. Like, we wouldn't even be doing this channel if God didn't release us to do it. And although we show you like the point of view of how we dress and how we look, you know, and stuff like that, understand that it's young, beautiful women that still are sold out for God and God alone, right?
Amen.
So it's just power in understanding that, because you as a young woman or you as a young man may be wondering, man, I can't serve God because I hang with people that don't really accept that. Okay, deuces to them. Like, at the end of the day, like sis said, God is the one who qualifies you. He's the one who will put those friends in your life. You won't even have to go look, because he's going to supply that for you. But don't compromise and settle for a holiday. Don't compromise and settle for people that you're around. And I've been there. Like, I have before I deleted my Facebook from like when I was in the world, I had pictures of me celebrating Halloween and stuff like that. But I mean, I wasn't edified. I was dressed like a ghetto Tinkerbell. I had on a bustier and this fluffy skirt, and it was just like, people asking me what you're supposed to be, and I look like a Jezebel, like, and I know that sounds so old. No, that sounds like an old, you Jezebel. I sound like an old lady, but no, literally, it's just like, what I was wearing was leading men to me, and I didn't even want nobody. I think at the time I was in a relationship, a 3-year relationship. So it's like, what she said, as this Satanist said, demons get excited when the believers, when the remnant, when the children of God step out of order, because at that moment, that's when they can be able to, you have an open door that they can be able to come into.
And it's the thing about it, it's a subtle open door, because you, if you don't, and I'm not saying, oh, go do your research on Halloween. Now, as God leads, if you want to do that, then you'll do that. But just to have an understanding, not more than likely, and not even more than likely, I could faithfully say that Halloween is not something that God approves of. So it's not. So
I actually want to talk about something, because we know Christmas is coming up, right?
Mm-hmm.
So one thing me and Twin want to acknowledge, even with Christmas, we want to acknowledge that we really don't celebrate the holiday Christmas. Although we may do gifts exchanges and things like that, but it's not about us celebrating the holiday. We're celebrating who the holiday is for, which is Jesus Christ. And please don't come to us telling us Jesus was not. You said. No, not that. Jesus was not born in December. He was born in spring, because a lot of people are going to tell you that. But the thing about it is, we're not celebrating his birthday. We're celebrating who he is as a person. And honestly, we do this every day, because like we said, this is what God has called us to do. We are his daughters. But we don't celebrate the paganism of the holiday. When Christmas comes, y'all gonna see us acknowledging God. Although we may decorate, we may be festive, like holiday festivities, but we're not celebrating Christmas for sure. So we just want to clear that up, because I don't want y'all to be like, oh, these girls are hypocrites. They talking about how they don't celebrate Halloween.
Listen, when I said, when we was like, we're gonna do a video on this, I'm like, I know these people, they're gonna be like, oh, here they go.
But if you do have any questions and you feel like we are being hypocritical, I do encourage you to comment, because that way, what that would do is keep us on our toes, and we'll be able to acknowledge. Let's say, we saying something wrong about it, and we may not have, because like she said, we didn't do research on this. Right. This is just our own personal belief, and honestly, this is a free country. Like, we're in America. There's not no country where we don't have freedom of speech. We can be able to say whatever we want. Exactly. Just like you're able to believe what you want. But speak your piece, and what we'll do is we'll submit it in prayer.
Really? That's all we can do?
I mean, and if we know that we wrong, it is what it is. But you know, that was a good little chit chat. I hope you guys got to know us just on that standpoint and that viewpoint. If you guys enjoy videos like this, what you can do is you can be able to give it a thumbs up and also like the video so you can watch more videos like this. One thing that I am very mindful of is that we have a lot of open-minded and voiced people, so we just want to hear what you have to say. Make sure you share this video to anybody that you know will love it and will be inspired by it. And do we have anything else to say?
Follow us on Instagram.
Yes,
Twins or not _ right?
it's the same as the YouTube channel, but with the _. And I think that's the end of the video. And we do thank y'all for the support for the other video. If you guys want to see our other video, we're gonna leave it somewhere on the screen. Don't know where, but it's gonna be somewhere. Up. And stay tuned for our next video, you guys. Also, like we said, we have something surprising coming in December, but we'll let y'all know then.
I don't know how I'm dancing.
We out.
Hey.